Here we go again, continuing on with parts on the Civic. In this video I'm going to be replacing the axles, both driver's and passenger side.
Why so serious?
So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to work on the passenger side first, because the passenger side tends to be the most difficult part to do, because the passenger side's axle is connected to a center shaft, and removing the center shaft, removing the axle, you'd have to remove it from the center shaft, and that tends to be a pain in the butt. So before I start pulling on that, I'm gonna remove the axle nut to free the axle from the steering knuckle. Then I'm gonna go ahead and remove these two bolts here that hold the upper part of the steering knuckle to the suspension. Then we have the ABS lines connected to the bracket to the suspension, and there's a 10 millimeter, I believe, holding the brake hose to that same bracket. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove those, remove this, and then that should be enough to maneuver this knuckle towards you, so that way you can push this axle out from its home. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of that while I have you guys on a time lapse. I tell you what, I just finished doing the 05 Acura TL's axles, and when it comes to removing all this to pull the axle out of the knuckle, I gotta say the Civic is much easier, because on the TL you gotta remove that strut bar from the engine bay. You gotta completely remove the suspension. You gotta what else? You gotta remove all these brackets. Then you gotta lift this and all kinds of stuff to get the fork out, and it's just such a pain. And this is by far the easiest to remove. Honestly, the only issue I have with this car is the fact that you gotta remove the subframe to remove the transmission. That needs to be fixed. Now, to get underneath the car and to fight with what might be either the biggest pain in my ass, or unlike the TL, maybe it won't give me so much problems. So let's go on and wiggle our ass underneath this car. So now back underneath this thing, which was a thing that I did not think I was gonna do for the longest time. Here's that center shaft I was speaking about. Connects to the transmission. Then it comes this way, and it connects to our passenger side axle. The center shaft here is going to be a male end, and the passenger side axle is going to be a female end that goes into the male end over on this side. Now, the hard part is figuring a way to wiggle something through here to assist you in knocking this out of place. So let's see what I can do to get this done. Well, would you look at that? Turned out not to be so hard anyways. So I went in through this way. I grabbed me a flathead. As you can see the markings, I put the flathead on the back side of the axle, and I started hammering it down this way, and it's separated. As you can see, it separated the axle. Separated the axle from the center shaft. I'm trying to get focus there. There we go. You can see the splines there. So all we should be able to, or all we should have to do, is crawl our asses back out of there and just pull it out from the passenger side. So now that we removed ourselves from the depths of the underneath of this car, I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling on this axle. Let's see if I could do this with one hand so I can record and show you. Alright, so let's see. God, I hope this comes out easy. Okay, nope, you're going on a stand. Ouch. Oh. Came out. Pulled harder than I needed to. Yeah, the ring that holds the inside of this was the only thing holding it on, so when I pulled hard I just banged my finger. But feels alright. Okay. Guess only time will tell. Here, my friends, we have a brand new Gym Jam. So there's a little bit of lubricating grease over there. So what I'm gonna do is before I put this on, I'm gonna add some more grease to it. Because when I pulled the one off of the TL, it was pretty greasy, so I'm gonna go ahead and mimic that one with this new one. So I'm noticing one difference in these two things here. And I'll show you here in a second after I lubricate this. Now, what the difference is. This one, these, are not the same. Height difference. This one has a bump stop on it. This one does not. Now, let me do a little thinking here before I continue. So I looked it up and it's saying that it fits. But what bothers me is not that it doesn't have that bump stop, but the fact that this one is significantly shorter than that one. So these axles aren't as beefy either. They're gonna have a strong little diameter. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep these on hand in case something is wrong with that, because I mean, I don't feel, I don't feel like these could be bad, but we'll see if that changes anything. But I'm still gonna put these on. They're a little shorter than the other ones, but we'll see how they work. If I feel a problem with them, then I'll go ahead and do this all over and take them off. But for now, I'll go ahead and continue putting these things on. I don't know if whoever owned the car before replaced the axles and put those on, and maybe they put the wrong ones on. I don't know. But I know there's a difference. They're in there, so let's collect this together. So there you have it. Not gonna show you the driver's side. Driver's side's the same as the passenger. You gotta get in there and wiggle it out of place, out of the transmission, but that shouldn't be as hard as that was the passenger side was supposed to be. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hope you liked the quick little video. Stay tuned to J Tuned. Peace. Sponsor me.